Santa from Omaha Beach in Normandy. So it's tradition when next of kin come. It's not very wet, so this may be difficult.
Is this something you do for when someone visits the grave?
For family members. Yeah, and some of the graves the inscriptions are a little old, so the sand doesn't stick into it as well. There we go, that's better. And on the back is their service number. So you can tell if someone's an officer, their service number will begin with an O. And if they volunteer, it'll begin with a 1. With a 1. So I believe he was drafted.
3. This one's with a 3. What is that?
Sergeant Guilfoyle, like the vast majority of those interred here, was part of a bomber crew. Of the 5,300 buried here, over 3,000 were aircrew members, which is pretty uncommon for most cemeteries. But after the war, this was the central identification point for soldiers to be brought back to the United States. So at one point there were 11,000 burials here, and they're awaiting family approval for, hey, we want them back in the States or let them be buried overseas. And most of the soldiers that were brought here were brought from Germany, and most of the Americans that were killed in Germany were aircrew members on bombing missions that were shot down over Germany. Because of course, by the time the Americans were in Germany, the war was beginning to die. Soldiers on the ground, the war was dying down, so there weren't as many casualties. If there's anything else I can do, please let me know. I definitely recommend seeing the memorial here. Inside are 3 maps carved out of like a bunch of different types of marble that depict the war from the Battle of the Islands, and it shows like the supply route and some other depictions of the war in there.
Just what was the major offensive which things would have shot?
So I'd imagine it would be, well, one that comes to mind would be Operation Tidal Wave. That's the research that I'm doing is on that operation.
Okay.
As in the very beginning of the war, the American strategic doctrine at the time was to hit key industrial targets in Germany. So things like industry, ball bearings is one that they pointed out, and then oil is a really big one. And the largest oil refineries in Europe were in Romania. So about 180 bombers took off from Libya in northern Africa and went to go bomb these refineries and oil refineries in Romania. And normally when we bombed, it was like at 30,000 feet to get away from the flak, but they had to be really accurate on this mission because the refineries were by cities, and you could only hit like specific targets in the refineries to destroy them. So they flew at 100 to 300 feet off the ground, thinking that they were flying so quick they wouldn't be able to get shut down in time. This is the first time they had done it on a large scale, and over 50 planes were shot down, over 500 Americans died, and the losses were so catastrophic that the U.S. Army Air Force never did it again. And it ended up being the most decorated mission in U.S. history. 5 Medal of Honor winners and 1 air mission. It's the most decorated air mission of all time. So there are 47 airmen, named airmen from that raid, just in this cemetery, and then 69 others that are unknown. And we're beginning the identification process to bring all those unknown soldiers. We're going to bring them to the States for identification, and hopefully they can figure out who they are. And
It's still going on, huh?
Absolutely. And that's the American policy procedure. If you give your life to serve the nation, the nation's going to pay you afterwards. They're going to do their utmost efforts to